For now, for the very short amount of time where I'm recording this video, we get to live in a world where the rumor, and this is a rumor that has been spread by a site. I'm not one of those people who knows which ones are and are not the good rumors, but I've seen it going around a little bit. I have not seen this rumor debunked by James Gunn, which is usually the sign that it's not a legit rumor, which, like, if I'm James Gunn, you just stop responding to any of these, right? No, you don't have to. Like, the director doesn't have to go on Twitter and tell you what's true or false, because eventually there's going to be something that you don't want to get out that is going to be true, and you're going to have to be quiet about it, or people get mad at you for lying. It's the same thing with Twitter. You just can never win. Anyway, ever since James Gunn announced the Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters of the new DCU lineup had a Booster Gold show in it, people have been wondering, hey, who is Booster Gold? Who's going to be playing this character? And I think because characters like Supergirl, Superman, definitely Batman, have been played a bunch of different ways. Like, people who have read Booster Gold comics know what a Booster Gold type is, what a Booster Gold performance looks like. That character has been, like, written somewhat differently, but the core of that character is just like some actors have got the Booster Gold juice and some do not. I don't know, just looking at my action figures now, like Benedict Cumberbatch, very good actor, probably not the Booster Gold type. He's very serious. We need somebody who's a little more of a doofus, who's got more silliness to him, who's also generally looks like more of a jock. For people that don't know, Michael Carter is a DC Comics superhero. He existed in, I believe, the 25th century. He was a failed college football quarterback who got in trouble, got kicked out, got a job as a security guard at a superhero museum, stole some superhero equipment like a Legion of Superheroes flight ring and stuff like that, and then went back in time to the 21st century, or whenever, you know, the Booster Gold comic that you're reading takes place, and became Booster Gold, a superhero that has all the powers and is cool and everybody likes him. And eventually characters are like, something's up with this guy, he's a fraud. Batman, Superman, they can all see through him. And he gets this reputation as like not a real hero, just kind of a loser. And you can tell he's very self-serving, very vain. But eventually he does learn, you know, heroic self-sacrifice, all the values that all these other traditional superheroes have to usually start with. Like, you have to, as Batman, go through a great loss and then learn about the value of life and stuff to become a superhero, whereas Booster Gold skipped that part, just picked up the superhero stuff and then had to learn the lessons later. Now, it's been kind of retconned that sometimes Booster Gold plays more of a fool than he actually is, so that he doesn't end up in the history books, so that time-traveling villains don't find him or something. But overall, I think that's your main Booster Gold story. He's a fraud from the future who shows up in a world full of superheroes, expects to be, you know, treated like Superman, and then finds out that it's not as easy as he thought. So I did a video around 7 months ago called The Golden Boostular, which was like The Bachelor, this was before, you know, Wolverine and Deadpool were just doing Bachelor promos, which, I mean, Bachelorine, I love that. And maybe they'll do that when Booster Gold shows up too. But the thought process is, like, I don't know who they're going to pick for Batman, because I don't know what age they're going with, and I don't know what kind of, you know, is it a more serious Batman, is it not? But with Booster Gold, like, besides the age range, everybody that reads these comics can name 20 actors who could do this job, like, that are just perfect for this role. I narrowed it down to 7. I eventually picked 2, depending on what age we're going for. I had a younger one and an older one. If you want to find out who those are, you should watch the video. It's very good. The only update we got on this was one update, maybe like a month ago, for 3 younger actors. I don't remember one of them. One of them was Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid from Gen V, and the other one was one of the hockey guys from Letterkenny. But apparently today, we got reports that Kumail Nanjiani is the Booster Gold in the new DCU, and I think Kumail Nanjiani is a great pick for Booster Gold. It's 2 performances, right? It is his performance in Obi-Wan Kenobi as the Jedi who's not really a Jedi, who's just a huckster who uses like magnets and stuff to trick people into thinking he's a Jedi so that he can get their money. And, you know, he thinks he helps them, but also, like, he has a lot of lessons to learn about what it really means to be a Jedi. They don't really get to it in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, but, like, I feel like that could have been a pretty good arc if this character was a bigger part of the series. Honestly, I think he could have just done a show with just him and Leia. Leia gets brought to him, and Leia gets taken, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're a Jedi, help me get home. And he's like, I'm not really a Jedi, but she has to pretend. I don't know, there's stories like this. It's a thing that works. But anyway, you've got the huckster thing. On the other side, you've got Kingo from Eternals, who is a media savvy, like, attention hungry superhero. Besides just starring in movies, he's also got a sidekick who's just going around recording him all the time. Like, that dude is Skeets. That's what Skeets needs to do. Booster's little flying AI assistant robot thingy. So I do think Kumail Nanjiani is a fantastic pick for Booster Gold. I also think now it helps that he is ripped and in, you know, insane shape, which, like, for Kingo, like, that guy never takes his shirt off, and those costumes weren't incredibly form-fitting. I'm sure Kingo didn't need to be super jacked, but now it's like, yeah, that Booster Gold, that fits, because he is like a, you know, star athlete. So I'm really glad that if this is true, Kumail gets to use that. Overall, I think this would be great. There's two things that surprise me. One, he's not white. I kind of think of Booster Gold as like superhero white privilege, right? He is a guy who shows up, and because he looks like a superhero, he gets what he needs, right? He's like, oh yeah, you guys, you should worship me because I'm a superhero. And he thinks it's way easier. And he gets there and meets other superheroes who are actually doing the work, and it's harder. It doesn't have to be like a white guy, but I just did assume that would be the direction they'd go in. The other thing is, I do think Kumail's a little older, right? He's in his 40s, I would assume. I don't know his age, but I would imagine he's somewhere around there. Let's Google it. What do you think? I'm gonna say 43. That's my guess. 46? Looking good, Kumail. So yeah, he's 46. I think that's a little older than I would have expected from a Booster Gold. I kind of figured, because this character is so fun, he would be like the Star-Lord of the new DCU, where like you would want someone who could be a franchise player going forward. Like, I don't know how old Chris Pratt was when he got Guardians, but I would imagine he was in his early 30s. So in 10 years, Kumail will be in his mid 50s. And like, if they make 3 Booster Gold series and make one every couple of years, then that's how old he will be for. And you know, Booster Gold can get old. All of these superheroes can get old. It's just, I kind of expected they would go with somebody a little bit younger, so this character could have a little bit more longevity. But I think beyond those two things, Kumail Nanjiani is exactly what I would expect for Booster Gold. I do think he's very smart. I think he's funny. I watched his stand-up back when he used to do a lot of stand-up. I liked him on Silicon Valley. So overall, I'm very happy with this. One thing I really like, we know the team behind this Booster Gold show is going to be the team from the Righteous Gemstones, and obviously that show is super funny. And I think a lot of those characters are very booster coded. Like, they're very rich and ostentatious and showmen who are also frauds. But in general, I'm glad that our booster is a comedian first and a, you know, superhero hunk actor second, because I think the comedy of Booster Gold is what's going to make him important. And I like, one of the things I like about Kumail is back in Silicon Valley, like, he was frequently the butt of jokes. Guilfoyle and him would constantly go back and forth, but like, Kumail is not an actor who takes himself so seriously that, you know, he can't have some fun and can't look like an idiot. So I like that he is playing Booster Gold. I think that is a fun pick. If this is true, as of today, I'm recording this Friday night, so, you know, maybe James will come out on Saturday and say it's all fake, but I'm gonna hopefully finish this video before then and put it out. If it isn't, then hey, look, here's a video that I decided to put out anyway. You can all laugh at me. But that's all. Quick little Booster Gold update. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and we'll see you next time. Take care.